It's Morgan Gardy, the preseason All-ACC selection, serving first, and we're underway on a Sunday afternoon. First swing for Virginia Tech goes to Isabella Mishler, and the sophomore middle blocker playing just a couple hours from home, Schaumburg, Illinois, has the Hokies on the board.
Mishler did not play in that match versus Louisville, so great to see her getting a hot start and getting that early, right in front of that 10-foot line for that kill.
She'll head back to serve, and we'll see if the Irish can respond out of the gate. And it is Helmers right back to her. What else is new for Notre Dame?
What else is new? That's right, Tyler. Picking up where she left off. Had such a dynamite match on Friday, but really all season long, her and Morgan Gardy up front have been phenomenal for this Notre Dame offense.
Helmers transferred from Texas after 2 seasons in Austin, national champion as a freshman 2 years ago. As the Hokies play soft with Adeline Hundle, the Irish turn it back to Helmers. And now on the near side, trouble for Notre Dame. And it is a Hokie point. Just beyond the end line, Notre Dame looking for a tip, and immediately several Irish players are calling for a potential challenge card, and Salima Rockwell has it out. So we'll have an early review to determine who will take the 2-1 lead.
You have 2 challenges per game, and if the game happens to go to 5 sets, then you can get another challenge. If a team wins their challenge, then they get to retain it and keep it, save it for a rainy day. This challenge here early, let's take a look at this replay. You're looking for any sort of difference in trajectory of the ball. Did it catch the fingertips of a Virginia Tech Hokie?
Hundle was up there along with Brianna Holiday for Virginia Tech. We see the full sequence of the play. Notre Dame really had a battle to keep that alive near the net, and then it was the second swing from Helmers, and immediately she was snapping the fingers, calling for that tip, and it is a lengthy review here to make sure early on in the match the correct call is made.
If that challenge does go in favor of Notre Dame, what a sign of you never let that ball drop until you're for sure that the play is over. When that ball went into the net, you have to give credit to the setter, Maya Baker, who was down on her knees, made sure to be ready for there to catch the ball. But in this case, it will stay with Virginia Tech.
So the ruling upheld by this officiating crew. Dan Hauser and Rod Rodriguez are the referees. Shannon Wilson, Brad Snowball, the line judges this afternoon. As the Hokies take the 2-1 advantage and send Erica Daleski, the Katy, Texas native sophomore setter, back to serve. Hokie serving has been excellent this season. They're second in the conference in aces per set with just under 2. Are 2 teams that have served the ball incredibly well to open up this season. Both top 6 in the ACC in that aces per set category.
Daleski with 14 service aces on the season.
Right now the officials just want to clarify a couple more things over at the table across from us. And now a brief word with the Virginia Tech 6th-year head coach Marcy Byers. Now it seems they're ready to play, and it's Virginia Tech to serve with the 1-point edge. Right back to Helmers for Notre Dame. Plenty of thunder behind that one. And no question about this skill for Sydney Helmers.
Sydney Helmers now with 2 kills on the match. You got to take a look at her approach when she uses that full swing and takes her steps perfectly. Her timing is so impeccable, and her ability to work with each setter in this 6-2 offense is truly phenomenal.
175 hitter for the season, just over 2.5 kills per set for Helmers. And there's the Hokie we spotlighted in the open. Peyton Woods answering with her first kill of the day.
using her full approach as well. She had an uncharacteristic game versus Louisville, only 2 kills and hitting in the negative percentages. But before that has been so phenomenal for this offense, and starting off hot early and still leading that team with 167 kills.
An error on the service, though, pulls Notre Dame back even, and it'll be Helmers back to the line for Notre Dame. A violation against the Hokies as the serve receive went a bit wayward over the net, and the Irish take control of the lead at 4-3.
Great opportunity for Helmers with more serving experience. She truly is a 6th rotation player who is useful everywhere on this court.
Notre Dame serve again, getting the Hokies out of system here. Let's see if the Irish can capitalize. When you go to Gardy, you usually can, but the Hokies deny her. Well, there's the block, though, for Notre Dame, with Harmony Sample, the center, making an impact play at the net.
Harmony Sample and Grace Langer doing so great on their timing. Grace Langer a little bit taller than Sample, but both of them have their timing perfect, their arms, all 4 arms up there ready to go to build that wall.
Grace Langer was there as well, and now the Irish have an ace. A momentum swing for Notre Dame, 4-0 run, and it's with Helmers serving. She's done it all within just the first 9 points of the contest. And there's back-to-back aces for Helmers. When you're hot, you're hot.
Feed that hot hand. What I love about Helmers is she's so selfless in that, and she's so humble as well. She just throws her hands up, big smile, ready to go back and throw that serve up yet again.
Hokies handle this one with Erica Fava, the libero, on receive. Notre Dame looking for Gardy again, but it's an overpass and a point to Virginia Tech.
A little bit too tight to the net there for Notre Dame. A much needed side out for Virginia Tech. If you take a look at this play from the pass, Gardy could not reach up to save it, even at 6'5".
Credit the 4-year Hokie senior Sarah Malinowski knowing what to do with that. Gardy once more, straight into the block. Malinowski was there again, calling for a Hokie point, and she has it.
If Virginia Tech can get their blocking sound early, which by that play they have, if they can slow down Gardy at all, that could be the key to putting points up on this board. You can't stop Gardy completely, but it starts with the blocking.
This one just beyond the end line, another service violation against Virginia Tech. 3-point advantage for Notre Dame. Interesting to see the Hokie block getting going early. The matchup we were anticipating today at the net is Virginia Tech's ability to clear the Irish block, which ranks 6th in the ACC. When you're talking about blocks per set, the Hokies have done well to limit opponent blocks. Best in the ACC in that category. And the Hokies come up with a kill on the offensive side of things and draw back within 2. Izzy Mishler involved again for Virginia Tech, taking a big step forward as a sophomore this year after playing just 5 sets a season ago in her first collegiate year. Notre Dame sets up Anna Bjork. Hokies pump it right back over. Now Gardy on the opposite side. What an impactful block that is, and it's Mishler again.
You could see the fire coming off of Mishler. She screamed with joy. Whenever you're able to block Gardy, that's usually what goes into a game plan versus Notre Dame, is to be able to slow her down. She has had a great start to this match.
Helmers from the back row. And that's a big swing for her right through the middle. Another point to the Irish, another kill for Helmers, her 3rd.
Helmers showing just how versatile she is. She can either get kills from the outside, the service line, or how about the back row as well. You've got to keep in mind that back row approach is very different from the outside, but she makes it look easy to adjust.
Hokies counter trying to place the back corner, but Adeline Hundle cannot find the spot, and the Irish are the first to 10 today.
Nice idea by the number 8 Hundle in maroon. She's gotten some more playing time as of late. Had her season-high 10 kills in Boston College win just a week ago.
Smart play for Anna Bjork, the sophomore middle blocker who was combined with Grace Langer to provide an excellent presence at the net for Notre Dame, and there she is. 4-point Irish lead. And now Maya Baker, the freshman setter, serving. Hundle off the block. Gardy will take it back, and the Hokies reject her once more. They have the answer for Morgan Gardy, the big Notre Dame swinger out of the gate.
Mishler is starting to figure out that approach. Take a look at her with Reese Hazelton, who's there for some extra insurance, but it's been all the hands of Mishler taking care of Gardy on defense.
Tough task there for Baker near the net after the serve receive, and it eventually results in another Hokie point. Mishler at the center of it. She's been the go-to so far for Virginia Tech. The Hokies remain within a pair.
Upon entering the match, Mishler with 69 kills and about 1.5 kills per set, hitting a .367 clip, which is a pretty good stat for Division I college volleyball.
3 kills on 3 attempts now for Mishler. Gardy, a missile right to the end line for a Notre Dame point.
That will be Gardy's first kill of the match. Right now, the offense primarily running through Helmers, but when Gardy has that space and she's running through the green to the court, it's really hard to stop her when she has all that space.
Double-digit kills in all 13 matches for Gardy, and an ace to boot. Third service ace for Notre Dame in set 1.
Gardy has been working on that top spin and jump serve for a while now. I saw her today actually warming up on that in practice. She's been working with Coach Paul, who was a really good jump server back in his college days and is known for working with outside hitters.
Look what that creates. Tussle near the net and a Notre Dame point. The Gardy serve, you can just see it, how quickly it sinks down with all the heat behind it. Hokies having a tough time, and the Irish have their largest lead. Look at that. Can you pick out a corner any better than that? Mercy.
When Gardy was practicing that earlier, her teammates were like, do you want to call zone on that? She doesn't need to call zone.
Byers, her 20th overall season as a college head coach, working with 5 freshmen, 5 transfers on this year's team, and just 3 wins away from 600 career.
Got such a stacked resume. She coached at D1 Radford from 2008 to 2019, winningest coach in Highlanders history.
Gardy has a 3rd service ace in her last 4 serves. It's getting ridiculous, and Notre Dame has a 7-point lead. By the way, I should say Byers 3 wins from 300 rather than 600 for her college coaching career. And finally, Gardy comes up a bit wayward off to the side, and Virginia Tech can take the ball out of her hands for a little while.
What a good run for Gardy, working so hard on that top spin jump serve. With a serve like that, too, a lot of times there's going to be more airs than aces when you're learning a new skill like that. But as of late, her serves have been so on.
Mishler serves for the Hokies, and there's Chi-Chi Naji. Welcome back to the floor. She's got a kill for Notre Dame.
Naji able to adjust her approach. She doesn't have to rip it every single time, but watch how she just goes through that block, uses the full approach, but in that approach, throws off the defense.
Naji, the freshman from Dallas, back from a 2-game absence. There's Woods for the Hokies right down the line. That's some excellent placement to draw the Hokies back within 6.
Woods starting to get some offensive production here. Instead of going for that cross-court shot, opted to go line. Notre Dame's defense was packed towards the middle of the court beyond the 10-foot line. Really smart play by Woods, going where they're not.
Junior from Montgomery, Texas, on her 3rd school in 3 years. Started at Sam Houston, Mississippi State last year. And another who used to play in Texas, Sydney Helmers, has her 4th kill to lead the match.
As part of that 2023 national championship team, didn't get much playing time at Texas, but you can see that she took what she learned from being part of a national championship team here with her to Notre Dame. Such a high IQ, able to adjust from those hard hits to the soft kill that you just witnessed.
Lucy Trump, Notre Dame's premier server, gets her first look. And the Hokies make an error in the attack. 8-point lead now for the Irish. They are pulling away late in the opening set.
Nice idea by the freshman Brianna Holiday, but just couldn't keep that ball in when she shifted her arm to the left.
Service violation from Trump. By the way, Holiday will be one to watch up front for the Hokies. Not only one of the top blockers for Virginia Tech as a freshman, but 4th in the ACC with the .413 hitting percentage. So efficient and effective up front in just her first season of college volleyball. Number 2 in white. Now Peyton Woods to serve. The Irish turn to Grace Langer. And the Hokies have back-to-back points on their side. Trying to draw a bit closer here in set number 1.
It was a great work by Virginia Tech letting that one go, because from this angle over here, it appeared that Grace Langers could have been in, but just really great eyes from the defense.
Service violation on Peyton Woods. Notre Dame back to the line with Helmers, up by 7. Trying to close out this first set. Irish have controlled it for the most part. Helmers a well-placed serve. Hokies couldn't get much on the swing. There's Sample trying to catch Virginia Tech off guard, and she sure does.
Gosh, Sample has been so great with their setter dump this season, making offensive moves. Coach Rockwell said that she's more of an aggressive setter. She's willing to attack and throw that defense off guard, putting it into the donut of the court. Nicely done by Sample.
Sample, when she does swing, hitting .444. Now she'll play the setting role for Langer, and that was a heck of an adjustment from her. Had to reach back above her head and still find a gap.
A pretty good set off of an out-of-system play from Sample, but nice on Langer to be able to adjust mid-air and just tip that ball right over. Great working duo there.
Timeout, Virginia Tech. The Irish lead by 9. A lot to like in this first set for Notre Dame's 4th-year head coach, Salima Rockwell. Like Marcy Byers in Virginia Tech, working with 5 first-year players, including a couple of high school teammates in Maya Evans and May Cordes. And for Coach Rockwell, it's been an up-and-down start to ACC play for Notre Dame, 3-2 record, but they feel like they're starting to play some of their best volleyball right now, coming off back-to-back sweeps.
She's coming in with so much experience in her 4th season, associate head coach at Penn State for 9 years. She's put together an awesome staff and a great culture here at Notre Dame. Purcell Pavilion is pretty packed today, and it's great to see the sport gaining more momentum and traction. Rockwell putting a lot of emphasis on filling these seats every time that this Notre Dame Fighting Irish team is in the building. So a Penn State grad player and 3-time All-American setters. Been working closely with those setters, and these setters for Notre Dame have been fantastic. Rockwell was saying how proud she is of the setter trio that works together often. It's Maya Baker, Harmony Sample, and Lily Fenton. She said, I feel like a proud parent. And that makes sense to me, her being a former setter in college.
Right.
I would imagine she'd have a great relationship with her setters, and they've done a phenomenal job.
Yeah, whatever momentum Notre Dame can pick up from today certainly helps. The schedule certainly stiffens up toward the back end of October. Pitt and SMU, a couple of ranked opponents, will be here next weekend. Then the trip to North Carolina and Duke, and then the usual home and home with Louisville to take the Irish into November. So plenty of challenges coming up, but Coach Rockwell and company will embrace them. Helmers, an excellent serve, and look at Gardy, ready to go on the backside for Notre Dame.
Helmers doing a great job on the serve receive, putting them out of system, and that's always the goal with the serve. Whatever zone you're trying to serve to, you want to mess up that defense on the serve receive and give them an out-of-system ball.
Big lead now for the Irish. Hokies try to counter with Sarah Malinowski. Lucy Trump laid out to keep it alive, but the Hokies eventually earn that point.
Great smart play by Virginia Tech there. That took a lot of court vision to be able to make that play happen. Lucy Trump tried to get a hand on that ball, and it worked for a second, but just couldn't get back to her regular position in order to defend that second one.
Credit Reese Hazelton staying with the play. She has her first kill. Excellent serve from the Hokies, forces an Irish free ball. What can Virginia Tech do with it? Langer smothers the big swing up the middle, and then Trump digs out the next. Guarding on the other side, set point Irish.
That zone is extremely difficult to defend. That is zone 1, back corner. Her approach once again from the green, in system through the seam of the block. Nicely placed by Gardy, the sophomore.
Maya Evans, the freshman libero, to serve. Massive swing from Peyton Woods. The Irish handle it, and they've won their 7th consecutive set.
Off the joust from Anna Bjork. What a fantastic showing.
Hokies typically allow just over 1.3 service aces per set. 5 Notre Dame aces in the first set today, and a Gardy kill opens set 2.
This offense is running so quickly. Maya Baker is an extremely fast setter coming out of the back row, sets up Gardy perfectly for that in-system pass to put them on the board early.
Here comes the Gardy serve, which gave Virginia Tech plenty of trouble in the first, but no need to defend that one, and it's tied early on in the second set.
Bound to have some errors with a tough serve like that, but there is not a noise in this gym when she is going up to serve. Takes immense concentration.
And now consecutive service errors. This one against Ainsley Ranstead, the graduate outside hitter, Illinois native and SIUE transfer for Virginia Tech.
Uncharacteristic move for Ranstead is she has 15 service aces on the season.
And Bjork serves for the Irish and watches that one just remain inside the line for a Hokie point. Isabella Mishler, who was the impact player offensively and defensively in the first set, makes her presence known again.
Mishler having a fantastic game, 4 kills on the season, or on the game rather, and hitting over 700.
Holiday with the block alongside Hazelton. Helps to set up Woods. And the Irish commit the violation near the net. The Hokies have earned the lead.
Mishler will return to the service line. Also a solid server with 13 service aces. And leading the offense for Virginia Tech early in this match.
Well, this ties it up. A service violation once again against the Hokies, their 5th. Now Lucy Trump re-enters for Notre Dame to serve. Trump, a 6-ace match earlier this year. 4 weeks ago when the Irish were out in Colorado, and there's another.
Just complete miscommunication on Virginia Tech's part. That first ball was popped up from the back row, but it was unclear that who would be getting that second ball in that situation.
6 aces now for Notre Dame. The Hokies seeking a counter. Oh, what a job by Evans on the pancake dig. And it results in an Irish point. That's defense to offense at its best.
Trump will be credited for the kill on that play off of a set from the back row. Last season, she was primarily an outside hitter and attacker, but Coach Rockwell has utilized her in more of a defensive specialist role. Even though she's not listed as that on the roster, she's really seen her playing time come from the back row and a service specialist.
Trump has been a player to stick it out for Notre Dame. Really had her role at its largest when she was a freshman 3 years ago. I've seen some other outside hitters come in and join her, and she's still making an impact. 1 point margin now. Randstad handles the big Irish swing, and the Hokies turn it into a tying point. Reese Hazelton on the left side.
How about Hazelton adding her second kill to the game? She's had an interesting college path too. She graduated from high school early to play and practice with Indiana, where she played 5 matches, and then transferred into Virginia Tech. Has 111 kills on the season so far.
So it's a welcome back to the Hoosier State for her today. And another Sydney Helmers kill for Notre Dame, number 5.
Kill number 5 and hitting over 500 for the junior outside hitter, who is coming off of her career-high 17-kill game versus Virginia on Friday.
Now Helmers back to serve. She has a couple of aces under her belt. Hokies handle this one. Langer swats it over. Back to Holiday go the Hokies. And she ties it right back up. The freshman Hokie leader in hitting percentage adds to that mark.
Leading in hitting percentage and also with the blocks, 65 total blocks. At 6'3", she's a tall freshman, and making her presence known has been relied upon heavily in this front row offense.
There's the Italian Erica Fava back to serve. It's a pretty good one. Sets up a free ball. Hokies looking for the lead. And they'll have another chance. Malinowski with the swing. Now Notre Dame with Gardy rejected up front. She'll try again. Consecutive blocks for Virginia Tech. That'll fire up the Hokies, and they've taken the lead.
Sarah Malinowski responsible for that block, the senior right side out of Virginia. She has a history of playing well against Notre Dame. She actually reached her 200 career kills while playing Notre Dame. Also a strong presence at the net at 6 feet tall.
Gardy goes above the block this time. Ivy Cooper handles it, freshman libero. Malinowski will take the swing, and Gardy says, I'll answer you right back with a block of my own.
A block for a block. That's a great matchup we're seeing today. You put Malinowski against Gardy. Both very strong players on that block, have impeccable timing, strong arms, strong hands.
29th block of the season for Gardy. And a service error against the Irish restores the Virginia Tech lead. Both teams now 5 service errors. The difference, though, the 6 aces for Notre Dame. It's really helped them to take over the first set. Now the Hokies again respond to the Irish service error with one of their own. And we're knotted right back up, 8 apiece.
We'll send Maya Baker, the freshman setter, to the line.
Randstad picks up the point for Virginia Tech. Ainsley Randstad, graduate transfer, playing in her 110th career match today. Not many out there in the ACC more experienced than her.
Coming off of a great showing for her versus Louisville, led the team with 9 kills off of a 438 clip. And to add to that stat line, 3 digs, 1 block. She really was the difference maker in that tough matchup versus the top 5 team in the country.
From Mahomet, Illinois, so another Hokie not playing too far from home today. There she goes again, off the top of the block, the Irish in scramble mode, and Najee finds a way to send it back over. Big block in the middle from Bjork. As Mishler tried with the interior swing, the Hokies keep on pushing, and finally it is Mishler delivering the kill.
Mishler having herself a day. 5 kills on the match so far, hitting over 800. She is there and ready. You can see her eyes, she is locked in. Played 45 sets so far this year for the Hokies. No signs of slowing down, having a phenomenal game.
Gardy for Notre Dame. Sprawling dig by Ivy Cooper. Another chance for 18. And a Hokie rejection. Mishler once again joined by Ramstad.
Great look for Mishler to hit back towards that first zone. Notre Dame in coverage for their hitter, so unable.
The visitors race out to a 3-point advantage in the second set.
She's surely having herself a day, going for her season high 14 kills that she had earlier this season. Not only is she a smart volleyball player, but how about a smart cookie in general? Chemical engineering major at Virginia Tech.
Notre Dame comes out of the break with a kill. Anna Bjork set up by Maya Baker. The Irish within 2. It was right around this midway point of the first set where Notre Dame, thanks to its serve, Gardy's serve in particular, really took command. This time Gardy's serve is handled by Cooper. Mishler takes the swing, and Helmers finds a gap and has an Irish point.
Helmers able to tool that block, going right through it, went off the right arm of the Virginia Tech defense.
Gardy to serve again. Negative hitting percentage right now for her, but that's why it's so important to have Helmers going the way she is right now, hitting .625. Virginia Tech swinging well with Peyton Woods, and the Hokies restore a 2-point edge.
Virginia Tech doing a much better job taking this point by point, slowing down the offense a bit. You got to credit both setters, in particular Camila Brandelis, who's really slowed down those sets and worked to get those out-of-system balls into play for her attackers.
Brandelis, another international product from Brazil. Back-to-back looks for Chichi Naji, and there's her second kill of the day.
We haven't seen Naji really rip it and use her full swing yet today. She's holding back. She knows that she needs to just tip it over that block. She didn't want to go through the block, but has been great making those smart decisions up at the net.
Oh, heck of a serve. Just barely over the net. And down for an ace by Anna Bjork. 7 aces now for Notre Dame. That's Bjork's 8th ace of the season. And she's equalized it for Notre Dame. Hokies try Hazelton, and there's no doubt about it.
Hazelton using all of that power unleashed. The approach was perfect. The set was fantastic. Take another look, middle of your screen. You really saw that snap in her right arm when she swung all the way through.
That was a fastball from Hazelton, whose dad was a major league draft pick from the Detroit Tigers, and now back-to-back points for the Hokies, who have opened up a lead of 2. Mishler back to serve, leading the team with 5 kills, 3 blocks so far. Helmers flying down the left side, plenty of time for Baker to set it up, and Helmers has kill number 7.
Ainsley Ramstad on an island back there in the back row, while the rest of the defense was covering their attackers. Just couldn't shuffle laterally fast enough to defend that Helmers kill.
Trump vying to tie it back up. Hazelton again. Change up that time. Well, the Hokies a little bit out of sorts. Holiday still found a way to connect with it. Helmers, a heat seeker that goes too far. Virginia Tech on the attacking error restores the 2-point advantage.
Notre Dame calling for a touch, but decided to let that one go. Appeared way out from this vantage point. Didn't get her swing all the way through. A little bit out of system so far on Notre Dame these past few points.
Erica Daleski, the sophomore, serves. Helmers goes again. Hazelton for the Hokies, stuffed. A second chance. And a point to Notre Dame.
Nice idea by the freshman defensive specialist, Ivy Cooper, who was involved in every moment of that sequence. She's really fast. She's able to get out of the way, and she had a nice set for her attacker, but just couldn't capitalize on that play.
And the challenge card has come out from Virginia Tech and Marcy Byers for the first time in this match. So a look to see on that left side of the Hokie attack whether Hazelton's swing caught an Irish finger. Been one review so far. It was very early in the opening set and it went the way of Virginia Tech. Call on the floor was out of bounds and a point to Notre Dame.
At this stage, when the match is so close, this is a really good time to present that challenge card, because when you're getting towards the middle of a set, that's when you usually start to see one team take off in one direction or the other. Notre Dame's been chasing Virginia Tech for these last few points, finally within a 1-point differential here. Virginia Tech improving their hitting percentage, 182 compared to Notre Dame's 244.
Rod Rodriguez makes the call. It's confirmed Virginia Tech loses the challenge, and it is a point to Notre Dame. Helmers restarts it for the Irish. And the Hokies with Holiday leaping right through the interior. Go back ahead by 2.
What a beautiful sequence put together by the sophomore setter, Erica Dulesky, and for Holiday to go and take care of business. That was a 1 set when the set is just barely above the net, enough for the 6'3" Holiday to hammer it down ahead of the 10-foot line.
Fava clips the net. And a move of deception, Sample looking to dump. Hokies were prepared. Helmers keeps it alive for Gardy, who goes soft over the block. And the Hokies sprawl with Dulesky. Now a free ball to the Irish, trying to crawl back within 1, and they will. Grace Langer.
Langer off of the slide. Langer is so sound on the block, but she's also a phenomenal hitter. Coach Rockwell's been really awesome for those two middle blockers the past few matches.
Langer and Bjork each got a lot of experience playing all 29 matches as freshmen last year. The Hokies continue to keep the Irish at a little bit of an arm's length here. It's back to an advantage of 2 for Virginia Tech.
Chipping away and sending a pretty strong server to the line in Ivy Cooper out of Port St. Lucie, Florida. 13 service aces on the season for her.
Malinowski had the kill. Now it's Gardy. Hard to defend that. The Irish won't go away.
Gardy's 5th kill on the match so far, chasing Sydney Helmers 7. Notre Dame spreading out their offense today. There's multiple players that have gotten on the board. Anna Bjork has been involved. Grace Langer spreading out that offense a little more than previous matches.
Already top 5 in the ACC in kills and points per set. Ainsley Ranstead has the answer, and she's shouting out her setter for an excellent job to make that play happen.
Ranstead, the Southern Illinois University of Edwardsville from the Ohio Valley Conference, transferred in this year. 617 kills while at SIUE. It's been really great spark for this Virginia Tech offense.
It was Fava the libero setting her up, and then an ace follows for Brandalise. There's the first service ace of the day for Virginia Tech. Timely one to build this lead out to 3. Notre Dame claimed the opening set, 25-14. Hokies in position for the moment. The Irish reset for Gardy. And off the net, she finds the kill, her 6th.
Gardy able to adjust, normally going for that cross-court shot, but just shifting her body slightly to the left, so that way her arm is able to swing through, and the ball is angled more towards the front row instead of the back.
Gardy already on double-double watch, 6 kills, 5 digs to go with the 3 aces. Now it's Woods going soft. Baker in position for it. Helmers now down the left side. Irish try the dump with Baker. Woods again for the Hokies. Bodies flying for Notre Dame. What a play from Evans to work around her teammate. Now Woods. Good rally here late in the set. Helmers for the block. Point Irish.
We have got to go back and give credit to Evans, who is flying around that court. She had to steer clear of Gardy, who was down on the floor, zooming all around. She is very quick in the back row and has been a great defensive force.
Just out for Gardy, seeking out that fourth ace. Point to Virginia Tech. The Hokies the first to 20. And they'll bring Reese Hazelton back in. Erica Fava, the libero, checks out. Aisley Ranstead trying to go on a run of service to move Virginia Tech closer to an equalizing set victory. And a timely pop on the scorebug there. Both teams had 6 service errors, but now the 7th for Virginia Tech.
And that serve costly as Notre Dame within 1 point, wanting to continue their streak of going with a couple of sweeps here.
Woods, and Notre Dame can only do so much with that. Peyton Woods with her 4th kill.
That front zone packed with Notre Dame defenders, just unable to get around each other to get that second touch.
Woods now hitting .286, significantly improved from Friday when Louisville contained her well. Mishler now to serve, and it's another violation to turn it back to the Irish, but the margin's still 1.
With some of these out-of-system plays that Notre Dame is getting off of the serves from Virginia Tech, they're relying on these service errors from the Hokies right now to inch within 1. Can they get their offense together and an in-system play to set up Helmers or Gardy, or how about a serve?
And who else but Lucy Trump, the top server on the team. It is tied up at 21. Virginia Tech uses the timeout, and it's up for grabs in set number 2 on the Lucy Trump. And Gardy doing all the work. She set the Notre Dame single match program record for kills against Illinois. She's quieted down a little bit from her season opening pace, which was so blistering, but Helmers has picked it right up.
Helmers leading the charge out of all attackers today with 8 kills of 13 total attempts. That's a 462 clip. 2 service aces, 4 digs to add his kills, going for that double-double once again as she has 6 digs in her stat line and 1 block. These 2 have certainly been responsible for leading Notre Dame's offense. You take a look at the top 5 in kills. Gardy leads the way with 209 upon entering today. Helmers at 103, and then the rest of the offense certainly contributing, but it's clear that Notre Dame's offense is going through the hot hands of Gardy and Helmers this season in ACC play.
Virginia Tech led this second set by as many as 3. It was 19-16, but with Helmers and Gardy and a timely ace from Lucy Trump, you can see the service aces too for Helmers and Gardy have been a factor as well. It's now evened up, 21 apiece. The Irish captured the first set, 25-14. This one's been a different story. And Trump with a service error puts Virginia Tech back in front.
Trump with some frustration on that last play. This is what Virginia Tech needs. They've been the ones that have been struggling with the service errors, but counting on Notre Dame to just mess up a little bit so they can squeeze out this second set win. 3 points away.
Here's Aisha Carrick, the sophomore right side hitter to serve, left-handed. Near the corner, Trump contains it. Helmers blocked, but it's out. And Notre Dame has tied it again.
A nice idea by Camila Brandelis and Brianna Holiday, the duo at the top. For a second, I thought that was in, and that was a perfectly timed block. But if your body is not shifted perfectly to the left, that block is going to tool every time.
9 kills for Helmers now, and she'll have a chance to build on it with the serve. The Hokies play it well for Hazelton, and Virginia Tech moves back in front.
Hazelton tapping into that star power as well. 4 kills so far today. The Indiana transfer.
Hazelton, a .250 hitter or better in 4 of her last 5 matches. Getting better as ACC play intensifies. Her first season in the ACC, coming over from the Big Ten.
2023 Pennsylvania Gatorade Player of the Year, and you mentioned Tyler, comes from an extremely athletic family.
Fava serves for the Hokies. Gardy on the left side. Did it catch the corner? It sure did. And they continue to go back and forth. The Irish have evened it once more.
Perfect placement on that ball. Touch the tape in that zone 1 for Gardy.
The freshman Maya Evans from San Diego at the serve. Hokies go to Ranstead. Tough play here for the Irish. Can they find a way? They did. Now what do the Hokies do with it? Ranstead, no chance this time. Set point Hokies.
Ranstead feeding off of her performance that she had versus Louisville on Friday. 9 kills and really starting to come alive, along with Isabella Mischler in this offense, trying to get something going and stringing a sequence together for the Hokies that leads them to set point in this second set.
Heck of a job from Maya Evans and company to give that play a chance for Notre Dame, but Ranstead would not be denied the second time. We'll get another look at that remarkable play on both sides.
You can see Evans sacrificing her body on every single play. We mentioned how quick she was as a defensive specialist in libero, but nice effort for her to try to save that ball, but number 10 in white just couldn't be stopped on that. Using the full approach, had plenty of space.
Virginia Tech will serve. Trying to even this thing up at 1 set apiece, and it's going to be their freshman libero, Ivy Cooper, in a big spot. Notre Dame a bit out of system. They still find Helmers, and Virginia Tech has won the second set. What a job from the Hokies. Morgan Gardy leads it off for Notre Dame. Working on an afternoon with 7 kills. And an immediate ace. How's that for a tone setter? Her
fourth service ace for Gardy. She is really figuring out that serve. And I know that's in part credit to Coach Paul, who's been working with her so consistently on perfecting that from the toss to the jump.
Try it again, that time clipping the net. Ivy Cooper handles it. The Hokies having some trouble near the net. Now the Irish can set up Helmers. 2-0 Irish.
The full swing from Sydney Helmers. Her past 2 games have been probably arguably the best 2 of her career so far. She had those 17 career kills, added some extra insurance. Before that, Tyler, it was 12 career kills. She thought, oh no, I'm gonna add a little bit more for this one.
Up to double digits now today. Now the Irish go to their right side, and there's May Cordes. Welcome to the contest. The freshman who's broken out over the last week or so has kill number 1 today.
At such a young age, looking really mature on the court, and has gotten some opportunities from Notre Dame. Coach Rockwell said she gives them great options, and she's so good she can play anywhere on the court. It's sometimes hard to decide, where do I put her?
Hazelton, oh, what a stop by Gardy. But it does amount to a Virginia Tech point.
This time Helmers looking to go line and not use that full approach, but instead just tip it over. Nice eyes by Virginia Tech defense to let that one roll out.
Izzy Mischler serves for Virginia Tech, and Gardy lets it go by for an error.
9th service error for this Virginia Tech team so far today. They send Anna Bjork, the 31 in Navy, to the service line.
Bjork, the sophomore, again clips the net. The Hokies still locate Woods. Irish block her at first. And now an overpass results in a Notre Dame kill. Helmers again.
That's where being 6'4" really goes to your advantage, because you have a ball that is evenly placed above the net. You can see the matchup here was uneven. Helmers had the advantage and pushed it to zone 1 in the back corner.
Early 4-point edge for the Irish, and Helmers has a block. She's doing it all for Notre Dame.
Utilizing that height once again to get that block solo. This is the first season in a long time where Notre Dame has been extremely tall, has multiple players well above 6 foot, and that's really showing in the blocking game for the Irish.
And Notre Dame set a rally scoring era program record with 19 blocks in their opening game against Santa Clara. But now the Hokies have an answer for them with Hazelton.
Hazelton averaging just above 2 kills per set. She is one of 4 players on this Hokies roster that have over 100 kills. Talk about spreading out that offense. They're doing a great job of spreading out the offense today, but really those stats show that they've done a sound job at that all season long.
The Hokies have the 7th highest hitting percentage in the ACC, and a block to keep the Hokies within 3. Brianna Holiday.
The duo of Reese Hazelton and Brianna Holiday. Holiday, the team's leading blocker, entering this match.
Cordes tries again off the block, and she has her 2nd kill. It was a homecoming for May Cordes that really awakened her last Sunday against Cal, the Carlsbad, California native. Notched 9 kills along with 5 digs, 5 blocks against the Golden Bears, and then 10 kills to follow it up at home on Friday.
How nice is that? Being in Indiana, you get to go visit your home state first on October 3rd. It was at number 4, Stanford, and then the sweep over Cal that Notre Dame had. Good to be back in her regular time zone, I'm sure.
California Gatorade Player of the Year last season. She's out of the match now. The Hokies work through Malinowski, the Irish block. Virginia Tech survives it once, and the 2nd one is out off of Helmers.
Virginia Tech, a nice job tooling that block. In this 6-2 offense for Notre Dame, you're going to see a new setter enter the scene, which is Harmony Sample. We got Grace Slinger up front and Sydney Helmers, whereas for Virginia Tech, Ainsley Ranstead, their setter, working primarily in the back row in this particular rotation of Erica Gillespie.
That's what Coach Byers said for Virginia Tech. We want to make sure that we're not trying to go through the block too much, get around it, tool it, and add an ace as well. That's Fava, bringing the Hokies within 2. Second service ace for Virginia Tech. That's Fava, the graduate transfer from Omaha. Big swing from Langer. In response, Ranstead. Now Helmers on the left side. This one pinballing around. And the official on the far side saw something he didn't like from Virginia Tech. Point Irish.
Notre Dame out of system on that play, but doing a great job keeping that ball alive. Everybody involved in the action. You had Evans, Trump, Gardy, Sampled, everybody trying to get a hand on it, but got lucky there with that violation call on the Hokies.
Helmers serving now with 2 aces on the afternoon. Another battle near the net. The Irish reset for Gardy. Bit of an off-balance swing. Hokies corral it. And now go back to Malinowski. Notre Dame couldn't find it for a moment. And now contact with the net becomes a point for Virginia Tech.
When you have the ball that's being played so close to the net, it's really hard to avoid those net violations. A foot could easily go over the line. Your right hand gets into the net. It's been difficult with 4 attackers up there to try to avoid that.
Gardy on the left side, clips the block, and has her 8th kill for Notre Dame. Gardy well on her way to joining Sydney Helmers in the land of double-digit kills today. The Irish leading by 3 here in set number 3. By Evans with the serve. And the Hokies with Mishler once again turn it into a point.
What a great set from Dulesky too. A nice one set where she just sets the ball perfectly above the net. Mishler's already in motion, shifts her body slightly to the left to go through the seam of that block.
Right in between Sample and Bjork. That'll be Brandalise back to serve. 6 kills now from Mishler, tying a team high with Hazelton. Gardy, ball skies high off the top of the block. And Mishler does it again.
Mishler with her 7th kill of the match. How about that? After not playing against Louisville, she's really having herself a comeback game. The sophomore middle blocker out of Schaumburg, Illinois.
Hitting 700. Bjork on the slide to the right, and Notre Dame has taken the 2-point lead back.
You talk about this middle blocker duo in Grace Langer and Anna Bjork. For a while, they were known for their blocking, building walls with whichever outside hitter was on their left side. But their slide has gotten so consistent, so tough, and extremely difficult for defenses to defend.
Mishler aiming for another kill. The Irish find a way to play it off the net. Now Gardy having to lean back. Dig from Ivy Cooper. And off the top of the block for Virginia Tech point goes Peyton Woods.
Peyton Woods, the transfer out of Mississippi State, where she didn't see much playing time, 4 sets, but now as a Hokie, she's played 51 sets and set her career high 20 kills in the Boston College win just 1 week ago.
Conference USA all-freshman teamer 2 years ago with Sam Houston State. Cordes up the middle, stopped the first time. And now a free ball coming for the Irish, and a step over of that attack line it looked like for Randstad.
Yeah, these violations have really been getting both teams today. A lot of production in the front row of this court ahead of that 10-foot line. When you have that much traffic, it's just so difficult not to get an arm in the net or a foot over that line.
So Notre Dame doing a little bit of what Virginia Tech did in the second set. Just keeping that lead anywhere from 1 to 3 points. Trying to move in front 2-1 in the set count. Another big serve from Gardy. Cooper's had the answers for her lately. And that swing just clears the end line, point Irish.
It gives Gardy the opportunity to go back to the service line, but how about Virginia Tech starting to piece together what this serve is going to look like? Especially Ivy Cooper doing a nice job retrieving these.
That time a different Hokie. Randstad takes care of it. There goes Helmers on the left side. Beautiful dig again by Randstad. But the Irish block still secures the point. Cordes with Bjork. And it's a timeout for Virginia Tech. Notre Dame getting it done early in set 3, a 4-point advantage on the block. Been a big factor today, 9 of them for Notre Dame, and it's been Helmers and Gardy, the 2 outside hitters, getting it done at the line.
4 service aces for Morgan Gardy, but more players than just Gardy and Helmers getting involved. How about the serving specialist of Lucy Trump with 2 service aces on the match? Anna Bjork getting involved in the action too with 1 service ace.
Season high for Notre Dame, 13 aces. That came against East Texas A&M in mid-September. And now service error on Gardy. As Virginia Tech back on the score sheet, 13-10 Fighting Irish.
The team's almost even in service error. Virginia Tech with 9 so far on the day, while Notre Dame with 8.
Right through the middle. Big swing from Bjork. Second chance, blocked again. And now over to Cordes. The Hokie block. Lights up that sideline and draws Virginia Tech within 2.
It has been the number 2 jersey of Brianna Holiday, who has been so sound in that block. 2 blocks right now on the stat line, but honestly, she's had more that just happened to be retrieved by Notre Dame. She's been great at the net this game.
Portis once more, this time powers it through the block of Holiday and Woods.
Portis is so fearless when she's going up in that approach. She doesn't go over the block or around it. She goes right through it, and she has the firepower to be able to go right through that seam.
169 hitter for the season, May Portis. Anna Bjork says, I'll happily join the ace column. Number 10 for Notre Dame.
Now she's in the 2-service ace club for this Fighting Irish team, having a day beyond the service line.
4 different players with multiple Irish aces. On the left side, miss it from Hazelton. Point Notre Dame. Largest lead of the set at 16-11.
Another violation for Virginia Tech, struggling with those violations that have started to pile up across these 3 sets.
York serving again, and there's Hazelton through the deflection. A kill for Virginia Tech. Number 7 for the Hokie sophomore.
Hazelton going for it, that back corner. Anna Bjork in the back, the lone defender, and got a hand on it, even though it might have been out, but she just couldn't move a couple steps to her left.
Gillespie now serving, and Kaylee Dockery, the senior libero, keeps her eye on that one for a service error. Notre Dame widening the lead about halfway through the set, just as it did in the opening set, when it secured a 25-14 victory. Virginia Tech 25-23 win in set 2. Off the trump serve, it's Hazelton. And she's taken over the team lead with 8 kills.
It's been all Mishler and Hazelton within these last couple of sets. Mishler right now hitting a 636. It took Hazelton a while to get warmed up, but man, has she really come out swinging those hard hits as well.
Fava serves for the Hokies. The Irish had some trouble with it. Helmers near the table, delivers a free ball. The Irish block Holiday. Another shot at it for the Hokies. And it's another Notre Dame point. Grace Langer, I don't know if she caught a big piece of it, but her presence caused issues for Virginia Tech.
I don't know if that ball was going to make it over the net to begin with, but great point, Tyler. Just the fact that Langer was there and ready for it. She was in position for the block.
And a response from Brianna Holiday. The freshman gathers up her 3rd kill. The Hokies are hanging within 4. Brianna Holiday, Virginia Player of the Year in high school at Riverside in the Leesburg area last year. She and the Hokies have a free ball to work with. But the Irish reject it. Langer again, as Ranstead came up with the swing, and Notre Dame said not so fast.
Langer and Sample on the right side, blocking at the net. Langer with 56 blocks on the season, but how about 6 solo? That is a huge stat. She can be on an island on her own and able to send that ball right back down.
The Irish getting closer. Can Virginia Tech do something about it? There's a start. Mishler in the middle of it once again.
Tooling that block and going right through the seam. It has been all Hazelton and Mishler for this Virginia Tech as of late. Peyton Woods with 5 kills on the match. Holiday and Ranstead upping their game with 3 kills respectively.
Now Brandalise to serve. Gardy, major swing. Sends Cooper down to the seat of her pants. And the Irish block delivers once more. That time Sample joining Bjork.
Sample and Bjork building the wall of blocks. Sample is everywhere in this front row. In this 6-2 offense, she's responsible for everything. Sometimes she's passing. Of course, she's involved in the second touch of every play, but to have to go and set and then, or go and block rather, and then transition to setting, gosh, she's got to be quick and on it every single play.
Timeout taken by Virginia Tech. Notre Dame in front 20-15, and this year celebrating the 50th anniversary.
Plus the ACC and these bigger conferences. Well done showing up for women's sports. Got a lot more competitive matches to come the rest of this season.
Cordes with the kill out of the break.
Cordes has had some really hard swings so far today. I don't think she's tipped over one single ball. Using that power, and when she has space in that in-system play, she works so well with her setters and her defensive specialists.
No sign of Cordes in the first 2 sets. Well, she's here now. 4 kills in set 3. Do the Hokies have an answer? Not yet. Here comes Gardy. Back to Woods, and she finds her way off the block for a Hokie kill.
Woods hitting a .226 on the season and was our impact player of the game, leading the Virginia Tech offense with 167 kills. Hazelton in second place, not too far behind her, but this Virginia Tech offense has 4 players with 100+ kills.
Free ball for Notre Dame. Cordes blocked, and it is in play for Virginia Tech. Woods leading the charge, and the Hokies are trying to get back in it.
This time Woods had an answer for Cordes' really hard swing.
Mishler was in there as well, as expected. 8 kills, 4 blocks for her now, and a service ace to follow. Here come the Hokies, it's Ramstead.
Going for that back corner, always a really good place to place that serve. Hard to retrieve in that serve receive.
Cordes swinging from nearly out of bounds. Gardy has another chance. The Hokie block continues to loom large. Can Cordes clear it here? No, it is out. And Virginia Tech suddenly is on a 4-0 run.
Left side of your screen, Cordes trying to shift her body to the left, going down line, but went down line a bit too much, completely missing it. Now Virginia Tech finding themselves competitive in this third set. What a battle we've had today, a competitive ACC play. When you get to conference play, every team is so good. 5 teams in the top 25, the AVCA standings. This has been a power conference in college volleyball this year.
And how about the way the Hokie defense has improved as this match has gone along? We were talking about the serve success of the Irish early on, but now whether it's its serve receive, digging the ball, or the blocks up front, Virginia Tech has really started to counter Notre Dame, and thus the scores have become closer.
Slowing down Morgan Gardy a bit. Morgan Gardy, 8 kills could be a lot for the average player, but right now she doesn't have double-digit kills, and she normally does. I'm sure she'll get there, but this team figuring out how to defend her off the tough serve receive, off of these hard swings that they're getting from May Cordes, Chichi Naji, everybody up front. Notre Dame.
It was 21-15 Irish. It's now 21-19. What changes after the timeout? Well, it's a point to Notre Dame to stop the Hokie run. Anna Bjork.
Bjork caught Virginia Tech's defense sleeping. Instead of opting for the hard hit, just a tip over, something that she hasn't done recently, really throwing off that defense.
Gardy's who you want serving if you're Salima Rockwell. The Hokies answer her, and the Irish block is out. Credit Peyton Woods. Hazelton in the mix as well. Back to a 2-point affair. Now Mishler to serve. She's been the star so far for the Hokies. 8 kills, 667 hitting percentage, 4 blocks. Cordes right into the teeth of the block. She'll get another chance. This time clip it, handled very well by Brandalise. Helmers on the opposite side. Point Virginia Tech, and the margin is 1.
Cheers to Virginia Tech for really staying patient, taking this point by point. Notre Dame had a sizable lead in this set, but Virginia Tech slowly chipping away. And here we go. We're tied up at 22.
Has just tied it. A 7-1 Hokie run. 22 all late in the third set. And who else? Mishler with the ace. What can't she do this afternoon? Notre Dame to Helmers. Excellent set in motion, and the Irish capitalize.
Helmers on take 2 of that soft kill going down line, and this time she nails it, going perfectly in bounds.
Watch Maya Baker here, 23, just perfectly placed, even with her back to the net. Can the Hokies tie it back up? Langer trying to pick her spot, and she cannot. 23-23. Again, this was a 21-15 lead for Notre Dame at one point. The Hokies will make a change, bring Woods out, and send Aisha Carrick into serve. The lefty challenges Maya Evans, and Helmers has the Irish kill, bringing Notre Dame to set point.
The versatility of 1-4 in the Navy. We saw her go down line just a couple of plays ago, but to be able to adjust and show all the tools that she has in her toolbox, that makes it incredibly difficult for a team to plan on what's coming. How do you scout her when she's showing you so many different moves?
Fans rise to their feet at the end of a critical set. Here goes Helmers again. Left-handed this time. And Carrick sprawls for the dig. They'll go back to her. Helmers off the block. Hokies handle it. Hazelton evens it at 24. Boy, has she come alive, up to 10 kills leading the way for Virginia Tech.
Having herself a game. Now this match, no matter what, this set will have to be played to at least 26. This is a win by 2 situation.
The Hokies call upon Fava, the libero, to serve, one of their most experienced players. To the right side for Langer. Free ball for the Irish. Maybe a must-have for Helmers. A block, but it's out. Notre Dame back to set point.
When Harmony Sample and Sydney Helmers have a free ball, oh my goodness, watch out. What a great set from Sample. Helmers being really patient in that approach, slowing it down just a little bit. Set point.
14 kills for Helmers to match the number on her back. And she serves dangerously, and Ace sends it for the Irish. A massive third set victory. Bull, Bjork, and Langer were the prime middle blockers last year. They are all back. Brandalise serves to lead off set 4. The Irish go right to Helmers, who has been their leader today. And right on cue, the Notre Dame block delivers again, this time Cordes with Bjork.
The blocking duo stays alive. What a great way to start this first set. With those two on the right side of the net, perfectly in sync.
Good serve from Bjork. Her opposing 31, Woods, takes the swing. Helmers goes skyward with it near the Hokie bench. Sliding effort from Cooper. Cordes on the right side. Virginia Tech has the answer again, but there's nobody there. Between Brandalise and Randstead, they weren't sure who would go after it, and it becomes an Irish second point. Mishler, the Hokie leader in blocks today. Notre Dame with a rejection up front.
Langer on an island on her own. She did not need any help with that. In the middle, she came in with 6 solo blocks to this match, and she'll add another one to her stat line.
5 kills for Grace Langer now, but the Hokies are on the board in the 4th set.
We'll send the graduate outside hitter of Ainsley Randstead to the back of the line, coming off of a fantastic performance versus number 5 Louisville with 9 kills.
That was Randstead with the kill right there. Her serve, however, sails out of bounds. Point Irish. A set win here in the 4th for Notre Dame would clinch the match. And this is the rare occasion where the Irish are playing beyond 3 sets here today. More on that in a moment, as Woods had plenty of time to line up her swing and deliver a Hokie kill.
That's Woods' 7th kill on the match. Was struggling with hitting in the precision of it, but now she's hitting over 100 on the match today.
A service ace follows, and the Hokies are right back in it. Mishler. She's been everywhere today for the visiting Virginia Tech squad.
Virginia Tech's 2nd in service aces in the ACC, 1.93%, but just like that, the broadcaster's curse will add a service error to that one.
Usually today it's been the service errors following an opposing error, but not the case there. Mishler will check out, but for Notre Dame, 9 of the last 10 matches have only spanned 3 sets. The one exception was the contest against Syracuse on Friday, September 26th, the 3-1 loss. Gardy off the left side, chips the block. The Hokies try a dump with Brandalise. Gardy will go again. Watch out in the crowd. A rocket from Morgan Gardy makes it 6-3.
Cooper putting every bit of her best effort to retrieve that. You can see the frustration on her face. She was there, she was in her platform, but the swing too hard from Gardy placed behind that 10-foot line. An interesting placement for her. That's why it's been so difficult to defend.
Nice kill for Gardy, and boy, that's too easy for Brianna Holiday. You can't give her that much space up the middle, and she responds.
While Notre Dame was playing perimeter defense on that, Holiday putting the ball into the donut of the court, just tipping it over the block. Really smart play by number 2.
Now Daleski goes back to serve. Sample tries the one-handed dump. And the Hokies turn it into a kill with Randstead coming out of the back row.
What a solid back row hit that was. The full approach. Back row hit approaches can be different from when you see her in the outside hitter position in the front row. So great on her for being able to adjust and get that done today.
This one right near the line from Notre Dame, and it is just out. It's tied 6-6. Randstead, Virginia Tech's sharpest hitter Friday at Louisville, 9 kills, and a solid clip of 438. Langer on the right side for Notre Dame, stuffed initially to the opposite way for Gardy. Point Irish, and her 10th kill of the day.
It's a great transition for setter Harmony Sample as well. Facing the right side of the court and then had to quickly turn around and prepare to set up Gardy for that kill. I'm surprised she's not dizzy out there.
Oh, it's crazy. Gardy double-digit kills in all 14 matches now for the Irish. Notre Dame bodies colliding, results in a free ball. Right through the middle, off the net, and in for a kill, Holiday.
Earlier in the first couple of sets, we were calling Holiday's names for being a force up while blocking, but how about the kills? She's really stepped it up these past 2 sets, showing what she can do up front.
Tied at 7. Fava back to serve. There's Gardy. Did not touch a Hokie, and Virginia Tech has claimed the lead.
Gardy going for that cross court, but trying to keep the ball up front. Nice eyes by the back row defense. Cooper's been doing a pretty solid job judging on whether these need to go in or out to defend or not.
And a service error knocks it right back up, 8 apiece. Although the Hokies are gesturing that may have dropped in ahead of the line. No sign of the challenge card yet. The Hokies lost 1 challenge earlier.
Only 2 challenges used so far, but in that case, looks like it will go in favor of Virginia Tech. Here's a quick replay on that. Got a pretty good shot of that back line here. If it touches the tape, that means that it is in, even if the ball is partly touching the green as well. Either way, an opportunity for both teams to slow down here and get an impromptu timeout. You got a pretty good shot up there. All the fans taking a peek at that replay that's been shown on the Jumbotron as well. The evidence has to be conclusive for this to be overturned.
Brad Snowball, one of the line judges, had the best look at it. Over to our right. Yeah, pretty quick challenge point Notre Dame, and the Hokies have lost a 2nd challenge. So the score does remain tied, 8 apiece. And now the serve for Maya Baker, the freshman, and Notre Dame. Malinowski. That dig will make its way out. And Virginia Tech has claimed the lead once again, 9-8.
Malinowski getting in on that action. Virginia Tech spreading out their offense across multiple players. We mentioned Hazelton and Mishler and Woods, but how about Ranstead, Malinowski, and Holiday getting in on the action too. Sharing the sugar.
Salima Rockwell has to get out of the way, but it is an ace with a couple of Irish bodies flying into the bench. Service ace Virginia Tech, and the Hokies, with a freshman of their own, Ivy Cooper back there, have gone ahead by 2. Heads up, Coach Rockwell.
She dodged that one.
Now Gardy clips the block and has her 11th kill of the afternoon.
11th kill and slowly improving her hitting percentage on her way to a double-double. Also has 7 digs so far today. 1 block, 4 service aces.
Good for another service ace, and she forces the serve receive to come right back to Notre Dame's side. The Cordes cannot find support. Oh no, it did catch a piece of Virginia Tech. And the Irish have tied it back up.
Virginia Tech showing some confusion, but haven't seen a sign of a challenge card just yet, and they will play on with Gardy at the service line.
Gardy just a little too inside of that one. It's a service error to put Virginia Tech back into the driver's seat.
The 9th service error for Notre Dame. Virginia Tech still struggling on that front a little bit with 13 service errors.
11 aces for the Irish, 6 on the Hokie side. As Virginia Tech makes some changes, Daleski and Malinowski out. Randalise returns, Mishler is in there as well. Gardy departs for Notre Dame. Randalisa's serve. The Irish had some trouble with it, but they reset. Helmers still comes up with the kill. Of course she does, her 15th.
And with the soft touch, she might be chasing her career high game once again. This has kind of been her theme within the last couple of weeks. Her career high at one point was 12. Then she said, I'll add some extra insurance, 17. But she could be going for that today. And if this thing goes to 5, well, she has plenty of opportunities.
Ranstead swings for the Hokies. Duel at the net. Back to Ranstead. Blocked straight up in the air. The Irish still have to counter. Helmers goes soft. It rides the net. Now the Hokies try the other side with Woods. Quality rally here. Can Ranstead end it? Not quite. Here go the Irish. Cross court for Helmers. Off the block. Number 16.
Off the fingertips of Ainsley Ranstead. Here is Helmers with 16 kills, just one away from matching her career high that she had on Friday.
Ranstead in the area for Virginia Tech. Randalisa was as well. And there is Ranstead answering to tie it back up. Neither of these teams have been able to separate in the opening half of set 4.
Ranstead trading an error for a dominant kill, and will try her luck at the service line.
Quality day for Ainsley Ranstead. 6 kills, 5 digs for the graduate Illinois native. Portis looking for the corner, and she's got it. Notre Dame in front.
Great adjustment in her hitting from her last play to this one. Didn't swing all the way through just a couple of plays ago, but using that full approach, all of her speed, great eyes watching the ball while it's up in the air from her setter of Harmony Sample.
Trump at the serve for Notre Dame. The Hokies go to Woods, and she snakes it through the block to tie it up once more.
Woods being sneaky on that right side, has such a powerful arm, but what a great decision to just go ahead and tip that ball over. She has the power to do so, but in her approach, you can't tell whether she's going to go hard or soft with the kill.
Helmers ties her career high with the 17th kill of her afternoon.
Still a lot of volleyball left to be played here. More than likely going to tab a new career high for the Texas transfer that's been so sound. Left side of your screen.
Virginia Tech goes back to Woods looking for that counter. The Irish want to expand the lead. And they test the ability of Hazelton defensively and eventually earn the point.
This is very similar to the third set where both offenses are trading points back and forth, back and forth. This is not unusual for ACC play. It gets extremely competitive, the non-conference play, depending on how difficult the schedule is. That's all preparation for how rigorous this conference can be in this game.
The kill went to Woods, her 9th. And now it's Gardy. That's going to find some seats as the Irish take the lead back, and Gardy has a dozen kills. A break here midway through the 4th set. Anybody's contest here in South Bend.
Matches are today a great example of that, going point for point in multiple sets here. Virginia Tech and Notre Dame.
That triple header presented by Fairfield by Marriott. And Virginia Tech, coming out of the break, has tied it up once more.
What's funny is I don't think Hazelton meant to do that. She kind of went, she shrugged and then ran off the court, but you can see she is always all smiles. No matter if she meant to do it or not, it was pretty effective for that team.
11 kills for her. She's having a day. Both these teams remain practically attached to one another in set 4 on the scoreboard. But Sydney Helmers has a new outright career high, 18 kills at a hitting percentage better than 300.
and from the back row as well. Get you a player who can do it all, whether she's on the outside or in the back row, passing, serving, you name it, she can do all of it.
Malinowski blocked it first. One of her teammates tumbles over Fava. Now a chance for the Irish with Cordes on the right side. Quality dig from Dulesky. Notre Dame time to set up Gardy, and that's beyond the line. Virginia Tech ties it up once more. 2-point lead might be scientifically impossible right now.
Gosh, going back and forth, but I'm not surprised with how well these offenses are playing today. Really, the only bugaboo has been with the service errors.
Gardy tries once more. The block slows that down for the Hokies. They'll go to Malinowski. Cordes for the Irish, into the teeth of the block. There's Mishler, time and time again making plays for the Hokies, who now have the lead.
Mishler fired up. That is her 5th block on the day so far. She had Ranstead there just in case she needed her, but she'll be credited with the block solo on that play. Fantastic showing from the sophomore out of Illinois.
How about this? There has not been a 2-point lead in the set since it was 10-8. In favor of Virginia Tech. Now Notre Dame's block comes up big, but the Hokies have another chance with Ranstead. The Irish turn to Gardy. That one might have touched the video board, but Gardy is ready for it to come back down. It's tied again.
Gardy, a great attacker, but how about always being ready in defense mode too? Her height helps her here at 6'5". When she sees that the ball is close and flying down from that Jumbotron, what a smart move to just put her hands up and send it right back down to the floor.
Can we call it an assist for the Shamrock at the bottom of the video board here?
It's the first time it's been hit so far today. And that's high up there.
Oh,
These volleyballs are getting some height today.
Tied at 17. There's Cordes putting Notre Dame in the lead.
Cordes has been such a strong option for this Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Rockwell has mentioned that she would love to put her into the lineup more, and even kind of joked and said, we don't know where to put her because she's so good and provides depth everywhere, in every position.
Great shot there from our crew at that height difference between the video board and the top of the net. Notre Dame finally has that 2-point lead, 19-17. Timeout Hokies. And here we go. This is where we saw Notre Dame on Friday night really win, seize that match against Virginia. It was in that final third set. Notre Dame wrapped up on a 7-0 run to turn what was an 18-17 contest at the time to a 25-17 match-clinching victory. Similar situation here. Virginia Tech wants to avoid that.
Absolutely. Virginia Tech has played pretty well today. You take a look at their stat lines right now. Notre Dame hitting 222 versus Virginia Tech's 206, and you have hitting percentage for the Fighting Irish. From the right side, that's where she's the most comfortable. You're going to see lots of hard hits, hard swings from the number 15 freshman out of Carlsbad, California. So much power and strength, getting ACC experience early. She started off not playing too much, and she didn't even play the first set today, but it's nice that Rockwell has such a sound option in her when other players need a break or they just want to switch up their lineup. Rockwell has said they've tested out a few different lineups this week. They're always changing, seeing how they can improve and which lineup is going to work the best. And the thing is, one lineup could work great one day and maybe not so much the next day. So it's great that that team's able to adjust on the fly and that each athlete's on board with that.
Notre Dame will serve off the timeout. Winners of set 1 and set 3. Virginia Tech played in the second set, 25-23, and rallied back incredibly in the third to push it to an extra point. Notre Dame captured the most recent set, 26-24. Gardy serves. Cooper has played her well as of late. Now Gardy becomes the setter for Helmers. Heck of a tumbling play from Daleski. Helmers trying to pick out the corner. Catch Virginia Tech out of position. And Notre Dame's going to grab the point anyway on an attack error.
Notre Dame, the first 220. We've been talking about the offense all match long, but how about that defense? It takes skill to know, do I go for this ball? Do I shift to the left or right to try to defend and keep this in? But been great court vision from both sides today.
Watch out, right in front of us. Malinowski keeps it alive to prevent a Gardy ace. And Cordes off the tip has Notre Dame up by 4.
May Cordes, her 8th kill of the match, now hitting 136, 2 blocks to add to her stats. Going for her season high 10 kills that she had just a couple weeks ago.
Look at the havoc that Gardy's serve creates. Helmers finishes the job.
Gardy trying to throw off the serve receive, so her counterpart, Sydney Helmers, can throw down and add extra insurance to this new career high that she's built today. Friday couldn't get it done. These are some great competitive teams.
The impact of Gardy's kill has resurfaced in the 4th set. There it is once more, and the Irish cannot quite get it done. What a job by Ivy Cooper, the freshman libero. There she is again, setting up the Hokie offense. And it becomes a Virginia Tech point out of all that. That's a momentum changer for the Hokies, perhaps.
They needed that point. Notre Dame traditionally does pretty well when they have a lead and they have reached the 20s. It's something about that confidence factor too. Once you start hitting hard just like that, oh my gosh, and take a look at Cooper's save that she had. One arm. She's done a phenomenal job keeping these balls in play all match long.
And again, that is a freshman libero doing that. Mishler came away with the kill, her 9th. And now Brandalise serves. Helmers vying for a 20th kill. It's not there. But a free ball gives the Irish another shot. And of course they'll go back to her. The block of Virginia Tech shows up in another big moment.
Fantastic work for this Virginia Tech offense, who has worked to get their heading percentage up. Now they have just crossed the 200 mark. What a great replay, seeing that excitement from particularly the setter in Camila Brandalise. Super happy and fired up for her teammates.
Ranstead and Mishler on the block. And that is out from the Irish to make it a 2-point affair. The Hokies are on the move. 3-0 scoring run. And this will be a high leverage review to determine if the May Cordes cross-court swing caught some tape on the near side. You're talking about the difference between 22-20 Notre Dame and 23-19 Notre Dame.
This is when those challenges become extremely important, and honestly strategy from these coaches to save their challenges for moments like this. We get a replay here to see if that ball touched the tape.
That is so close. Giving the people a look at the center court video board as well. Virginia Tech has lost both challenges in this match. Salima Rockwell is challenging for a 2nd time today.
Ooh, that is a tough angle right there. Props to our replay crew for getting that angle and that shot. That is really tough, Tyler. The evidence has to be conclusive and able to overturn a call.
The ruling stands. Point Virginia Tech. And it is 22-20. The Hokies are right back in it. They were down 21-15 in the 3rd set. got it back to 24 all. The Irish try Cordes, and the Hokie block is out. Notre Dame cuts off the run for now.
Notre Dame just 2 points away from getting their third consecutive win. First came on October 5th at Cal, a sweep. On Friday versus Virginia, a sweep. Not going to be a sweep today after this pretty competitive matchup, but getting closer and closer to match point.
And it is now match point Notre Dame. Here comes the crowd to its feet. The Irish haven't won 3 in a row in more than a year. They're a point away from achieving that win streak right now. Bjork serves. A swing from Woods rejected. To the opposite side. Virginia Tech stays alive with Randstad.
It is tough to be the team that is not on the side of a match point. Great work from Virginia Tech for setting up their offense, staying patient, staying sound. Doing a fantastic job not letting that pressure get to them.
Randstad at the service line now. May Cordes. Virginia Tech goes back to Peyton Woods over the top of the block. Notre Dame, Cordes again. And it is a 3-game win streak for the Irish. The freshman ends it.